8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the very first episode of the Hammer and Sickle Show, the only communist talk show this side of the Berlin Wall. I'm your host, Mr. Hammer and Sickle, and for our very first episode, we have an extra special guest. Comrade Drew seeks to simplify socialism, and his YouTube channel does just that with his political ideology explainer videos. These videos have garnered significant viewership, specifically attracting those interested in communist and socialist ideologies. Please welcome to the show, Comrade Drew. How are you doing today?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me. I'm doing pretty good.
So you identify as a communist. Tell me a little more about how your political beliefs formed.
So early on, I lived with my mom and my mom and her mom, that side of the family, and they were left leaning. They liked Barack Obama at the time, so they were liberal. And back in 2017, so that's what 8 years ago now, I started living with my dad, who was incredibly conservative, loved Trump to death. It was a total flip. Um, and I wasn't really into politics at the time. I've always been left leaning, I felt like. But it wasn't really a big deal to me until I got into high school. And I started high school English, and my teacher, he really loved sci-fi books. So he had us read all the classic sci-fi books, like 1984, Brave New World. And so I read them, and I know it's not the greatest introduction to communism, but it's written about what happens when you let the socialist society, go out of control. But to me, it felt like that's what it was going in the modern day. And so it got me interested in thinking of a different way. And I think when I was 15 or 16, I bought the manifesto, but I didn't read it until I was 17. And then I read it, and I was like, wow, this feels like real life. These words are true today. And by that time, I was kind of hooked.
So what made you want to start a YouTube channel?
Well, first off, I started writing, and I was getting some traction and support for my writing. And so I just kind of threw out the idea, would anyone want to see some videos from me explaining some of these concepts? And I got a really positive response to that. So I decided to try it. And so I've been making videos. I haven't made a video in a couple of weeks now because I've been busy with school, but I like doing it. It helps me with my writing, with the scripts and stuff, and it also, expands my skill set, and it's pretty fun.
How important do you think these intro to communism and socialism videos are?
I think it's very important. I think what's even more important, though, is being able to explain the basics without all of the heavy jargon that's used. And so it kind of reaches the common person, and you're able to get them interested without having to, full out preach to them in a language that they can barely understand. And so that's the most important thing for me.
How do you feel about the current political situation in the United States?
You know, I tend to differ with most people when I say I think Trump 2.0 is actually going to be good for the left and good for communists, because it's going to wake a lot of people up to what people have been saying for years now. And so I think, and all in all, by the end of it, I think it's going to have been a good thing for the left. I think we might even see a new Labor Party split the Democratic Party. And that would be nice to see, just a real working class party. But these are all pipe dreams and I'm not certain, so I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Do you have a favorite communist or communist movement?
My favorite communist, I would have to say, is. I would have to say Engels is probably my favorite communist, which is kind of out there pick, but I really like his work and I really like what he did um, after Marx died. And I think he really made a huge mark on Marxism as a whole, no pun intended. Um, and if I had a favorite communist movement right now, it would have to be the Communist Party of the Philippines fighting their guerrilla war against the fascist government.
If you had one reading recommendation, what would it be?
I would say Socialism, Utopian, and Scientific. It's a must read.
Do you have any future plans for the channel? Anything coming up that you're excited about?
I have a plan for my next video. It's going to be on Salvador Allende in Chile, the CIA coup. But after that, I've gotten ideas from comments that I've compiled in a spot, and I'm gonna look through them, and I'm gonna have to just see what's next for me. So I don't know yet.
Well, I think your channel's great. I think you're doing a lot of great work introducing people to alternative political ideologies in a way that's easy to digest. Anything else you want to say before you go?
Well, first of all, I just want to say thank you. That means a lot. Your words were very nice, and I really appreciate them. Because that's exactly what I'm trying to do with the channel. And one last message before I go. I would have to say the American Communist Party, the ACP, is not a communist party. They're a right-wing grift, and you should not support them. And you should see that they are a national Bolshevik party that follows Alexander Dugin, and I would not join them by any means. I would stay far, far away from them.
And that's our show, folks. Thanks again to Comrade Drew for joining us, and thank you for watching. Be sure to tune in next time.